was in Germany. I said to my assistants and my people, I'm like, I don't know if I can do the show and I don't know what's happening and all that. And I was very, very, very scared.
Imagine not being able to control your muscles. Every bend of your joint hurts. Your own body is a prison. That's what Celine Dion has been battling for the last 4 years.
Lift your head. Okay, I'm gonna lift you. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Stiff person syndrome, or SPS, is a rare neurological disorder that affects only 1 or 2 people out of every million. It causes severe muscle stiffness and pain spasms that can be triggered by everyday stimuli like loud noises, physical touch, or emotional stress. After being out of the spotlight for years, Celine shared her diagnosis with the world in an emotional Instagram video in 2022.
Hello, everyone. I'm sorry it's taken me so long to reach out to you.
The news shocked millions of fans around the globe. It was inconceivable that a performer known for her powerful voice and energetic stage presence could be debilitated in such a way.
I woke up one morning and I had my breakfast, and after having my breakfast, my voice started to go up.
But this wasn't the first time Celine found herself navigating dangerous waters. Born in Charlemagne, Quebec in 1968, Celine was the youngest of 14 children in a modest lower-class musical family. Her parents were musicians, and the Dion family was a tight-knit clan who often performed together. Music was in her blood. And by the time she was 5 years old, Celine had already started singing at her parents' piano bar. It was there, in that little tavern, that a musical legend began to take shape. Her rise to fame was the stuff of fairy tales, but it wasn't without controversy. Celine was discovered at the age of 12 by Reid, a well-known manager who was 26 years her senior.
Celine recorded the song, and her brother sent the tape to a local talent manager, Reid Angelil. It was a decision that would alter the course of her life forever.
Reid would famously go on to marry Celine 14 years later. Celine's brother had sent a recording of her voice to Reid, who was so moved by her talent that he reportedly broke down in tears. He believed in Celine so deeply that he mortgaged his own house to finance her first album. It was a massive gamble, but one that would pay off spectacularly. From the beginning, there were whispers. Was their relationship strictly professional? Reid and Celine spent countless hours together as he groomed her for stardom. By the time she was 19, Celine had already achieved massive success in the French-speaking world. By 1990, Reid had guided her to transition into the English market, and her fame skyrocketed. During this period, rumors about their relationship intensified. Despite the gossip, they kept their feelings private. But in 1994, when Celine was 26 and Reid 52, they revealed their romance to the world. Their wedding was lavish, complete with a 20-foot train, a massive tiara, and a guest list that included Canada's elite. Only 5 years later, Reid was diagnosed with throat cancer. It was then Celine chose to take a hiatus from her career to take care of him. This was a turning point in Celine's public image. Some fans speculated whether she was sacrificing too much, while the tabloids were relentless. There was wide speculation that Celine had been ensnared by Reid's influence since childhood. Despite the rumors and innuendos, Celine remained fiercely loyal. But the interest in their marriage never completely died down. Reid had been more than a husband. He was also her manager and a business partner. In interviews, Celine credited Reid with everything, implying she wouldn't be who she was without him. Was this dynamic wholesome or something more sinister?
The song and a 12-year-old voice that would inspire the 38-year-old Angelil to mortgage his home and create his own record label just for her.
But in the 2010s, Celine had a record-breaking residency at Caesars Palace in Las Vegas, where her shows became the hottest ticket in town, offering awesome vocal power and theatrical spectacle. Fans flew in from all around the world to see her perform. However, Reid's health would deteriorate once again, and this time it was much more serious. He died in 2016, tragically only a few days before Celine's brother, Daniel, also passed away. Celine was struck with losing 2 loved ones within a week. And when she performed at Reid's memorial concert, she gave a heart-wrenching performance of All By Myself, and famously broke down sobbing on stage. In the years following Reid's death, Celine returned to her Las Vegas residency and stunned the world with a new look, wearing haute couture and showing off a slimmer figure. However, the speculation surrounding her personal life returned. Was Celine okay? Fans worried she had lost too much weight, and rumors swirled about her health. Through it all, she kept performing, insisting that she was fine.
You have more fat in you're younger, but I've always been very thin.
Then in 2022, Celine shocked her fans by revealing she had been diagnosed with stiff person syndrome. Now, for someone who had relied on her voice and body to express herself and move audiences, losing control of her muscles was a cruel twist of fate. Fans and the media questioned whether this disease had been the hidden cause behind her fluctuating health all along.
And now you can show me, yeah. And that's what happens, and it's very difficult for me to hear that and to show this to you.
Amazingly, Celine allowed a camera crew to document her battle with the disease. The documentary I Am Celine, which aired in late 2023, provided a raw, unfiltered look into her daily challenges. Audiences were given an intimate view of her life, not just the physical pain of SPS, but also the emotional toll.
But then I feel a spasm and my voice goes up. The medicine was burned out. It was gone.
The once glamorous superstar was laid bare for all to see. In one particularly shocking scene, Celine broke down, admitting that there were days she couldn't get out of bed when she wondered if she would ever perform again.
Is the sound man okay?
Then, in July of 2024, a miracle happened. Standing on the first level of the Eiffel Tower, Celine delivered a breathtaking rendition of Edith Piaf's L'Hymne à l'amour for the opening ceremony of the Paris Olympics. Her voice soared, filled with emotion and resilience, as if each note was an expression of her journey from a small-town girl to a global superstar, from the loss of her husband to now fighting a debilitating disease. The reaction was overwhelming. Fans and other celebrities took to social media to express their admiration and joy. But with her comeback complete, many began to ask, was this truly the end of her struggles? Or just another chapter in the roller coaster life of Celine Dion? What about stiff person syndrome? Has she been cured? Unfortunately, there is no current cure for SPS. While medication and therapy can help mitigate the symptoms, it remains a lifelong battle. Celine's openness about her diagnosis has brought significant awareness to this rare disorder, but it also raises uncomfortable questions.
This is what stiff person syndrome looks like for Maura Papp.
I call them giraffe legs. Like if you were to see a baby giraffe, you see that weird movement.
How many people suffering from stiff person syndrome or other rare diseases can afford the same level of care that Celine receives? If she wasn't a multi-million-dollar performer, would her story have been any different? When she first revealed her diagnosis, there was an outpouring of donations to help fund research into finding a cure for SPS. But now that she's performing again, will the momentum continue? None of this should take away from Celine's remarkable comeback. But it's clear that her story is more than just one of triumph. It's a life lived in the public eye with all the highs and the lows that come with it. What did you think about Celine's performance at the Olympics? Do you think her life has been too closely scrutinized, or do you believe that that's the price of fame? Maybe you or someone you know has a rare disease. Whatever your story, I want to hear from you in the comments below.